Now we're going to sketch this graph, and it has a phase shift. So you have to, what is your parent function? What is your parent graph? In this case, my parent function is y equals the cosine of x. And I have to remember, what does cosine of x looks like at the beginning? I'm going to sketch it over here. So it starts at 0, 1, and it ends at 2 pi, 1. At pi, we go all the way to -1. And at pi over 2, we have the x-intercept at 0 and at 0. So originally, the graph looks like this. Now, if the graph originally looks like that, and we have a phase shift, let's write it down. The phase shift is the horizontal translation. So this graph will be moving. If you want to get the actual phase shift, you're going to get x minus pi over 2. And I'm going to set it equal to the initial x value, equal to 0. If I solve for x, I'm going to get x is equal to pi over 2. So the phase shift is positive pi over 2. So I'm expecting this graph to jump pi over 2 units to the right. So I'm going to do it visually at first. So if this is pi, it means that right here we have pi over 2. So this point is going to jump here. This point is also going to jump. If you notice, 2 squares is the pi over 2 distance. So this is also going to jump 2 squares, or pi over 2, and same here. So the final graph is going to go like this. If you want to get the coordinates, so I'm going to just highlight the shifting. That is the shifting right there. So the final graph will be the black one. Now, if you want to do it directly on the coordinates, the phase shift is affected by this. So one way of approaching this, we already have the answer, but if you want to go for the coordinates one by one, you would do something like this. You're going to do x minus pi over 2, and you're going to set it equal to all the x values. And you must be getting the exact same coordinates that we got. So this is just to show you a different way. If you're already comfortable, you can pause the video, stop the video, and move on. So x minus pi over 2 equals 0. So if you solve for x, x is going to be equal to pi over 2. Now, pi over 2 plus pi over 2, if you solve for x, you're going to get x is equal to pi over 2 plus pi over 2. That is going to end up as 2 pi over 2, or the unit. So this is going to be equal to pi. If you solve for x on this one, it is pi plus pi over 2. We're going to end up at 3 pi over 2. And here, if you solve for x once again, x is going to be equal to 4 pi over 2, or 2 pi. And here we have 4 pi over 2 plus pi over 2. So that is going to end up as 5 pi over 2. So now the coordinate is going to be pi over 2, 1. So I'm just going to highlight that. This is pi over 2, and this is 1. So that's the first coordinate. The second one is pi, 0. So this is pi, 0, exactly what we got. Then we have 3 pi over 2, minus 1. So 3 pi over 2 is here, and minus 1 is here. So you have the exact same coordinate. Then we are going to move on to 2 pi, 0, 2 pi, 0, and 5 pi over 2, 1. So this one right here is 5 pi over 2 and 1. So if you do it that way, you're going to get the exact same graph. when you're doing your final answer, well, the actual final answer is just that graph right there, having the coordinates that we saw a moment ago, that is pi over 2 comma 1. Then here you have pi comma 0. Then we're going to 3 pi over 2 comma minus 1. Then this coordinate is going to be 2 pi comma 0. And finally 5 pi over 2 comma 1. So that's how you handle phase shift.